welcome to this week's edition of Sideline-to-Sideline on Giant TV Niagara. I'm Chuck LaFleur, along with the one, the only, Mr. Baseball himself, Ryan Fleming.
That was an inside-out single. Put it right into right field, just so you know.
I thought you were having a twitch or something.
I really was. I was just trying to stretch it out. I'm not quite as young as I used to be.
No, not at all. I thought we had Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in here or something for a second.
Less hair.
Less hair, yes.
A lot less hair, we might have.
And maybe a few extra pounds.
I don't know. He's a big boy. I don't know.
That he is.
What a show we have lined up this week, Ryan. We've been looking forward to having this gentleman in for a long, long time. There's such a buzz in the area, not only in the city of Welland, but right across Niagara for a brand new baseball team.
That's right. We have the Welland Jackfish that are coming to town to Welland. Baseball is back in Welland. It's been far, far too long.
You know what? And in Niagara, too. It's been so long. We were thrilled to learn last year that the Welland Jackfish of the Intercounty Baseball League would be moving to Niagara. And we just can't wait to get the season started up on May the 11th. That's a Saturday afternoon. They're playing, believe it or not, we're going to talk to our special guest about this, the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know they're done hockey, but I didn't know they had a baseball team for them so quick.
Well, that just means you guys are getting a quick win right off the bat, right?
I hope so. I don't want to jinx anything. You never know.
Ryan Harrison, the president and CEO of the brand new Welland Jackfish, is joining us. Ryan, welcome to the show. Boy, the excitement, you can feel it in the air as opening day gets closer.
It's absolutely crazy here. You know, we knew coming down here would be better than where we came from, but it's blown out any expectations we've ever had here. And it's amazing to see, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun.
It's been a great baseball market in Niagara over the years. And can you tell us where the whole thought process, where the idea of you were with the Burlington team first?
Yeah. So me and 2 or 3 other partners, we own the Burlington team, the Intercounty League. I was actually with the team for, I guess from the time we left, it'd been my 8th season. I owned it for 2. And basically what was happening is just we weren't getting any luck there. Our field wasn't up to par with the rest of the league. We weren't getting any support from the city. Fan base was okay, but it wasn't what we wanted to be successfully business-wise. So we decided, actually it's funny, I referee in the Ontario Hockey League, and myself and one of my partners, Brent Cologne, we were on a road trip somewhere. I can't remember where we were going. And we were talking about, and I always knew there was a park down here. And he said, well, it'd be fun to put a team there. It's a beautiful park. It makes sense. And I said, yeah, let's check it out. So I went down there with him, and the local paper came down, and we looked around and stuff like that. And right away I walked in. Wow, we got to do this. So I talked to the rest of the partners, and one thing led to another. We got league approval, and down we came. And right off the hop, it was just everybody was super excited for something to be there, because the stadium's been sitting not empty, but it's been not used for its rightful purpose for almost 15 years,
right? Which
is absolutely insane. And I think I mentioned to you guys earlier, we walked in there, and the city staff will talk about its age and things like that. You wouldn't guess it's as old as it is, because they upkeep that park like I've never seen before. So we're really excited. Things are coming together, and we're gonna kick off on May 11th.
Awesome. Now, you said that your partner knew of the stadium beforehand, and you did as well. Did you know about the history of the team that was there before, and kind of the legacy they left behind? And did that have a lot to do with factoring in coming to Welland?
We knew about the Pirates, yeah. The teams that came after them, and the CBL team and things like that. So yeah, I mean, we knew that they had great, pretty good support in the years that they were there, and that's what we're looking for. So the difference between the Pirates and us is their business model goes on, almost selling out every night, right, where ours doesn't. Do we want to sell it in there? Of course we do. Who doesn't? But we don't need the 2,000, 3,000 fans a night to make it work. So we're not going anywhere anytime soon, which is huge.
Is there a goal set for what you'd like to see for a turnout on?
So it's funny. Our original season ticket goal was 100. We blew past that. Our new season ticket goal was 300. Blew past that. Right now we're just kind of hoping to average 500 people right at this point, and that's a lot of people go, well, it seems low, but we're not trying to jump into anything too quickly, and have expectations that are way outside what we can possibly bring in. So trying to be modest, do things properly, and hopefully we'll get more than like I said, we had 100, blew through that, got 300, blew through that, so we're saying 500, hopefully we blow through that. You know what I mean? So it should be good.
Now that's an amazing fan base already to start with. Before the season's even begun, your inaugural day there. So you're at the point you've got the baseball fans there. What else are you doing to bring in the non-fans?
So we have so many things planned. I can't even keep track anymore. We sit in our meetings, our owners' meetings, and our marketing meetings, and we try to basically tell the guys, and we have our interns involved, and everybody's involved. And we just say, think of the craziest thing you could think of. Think of things that people go, well, you're absolutely nuts. And if everybody in the room thinks that's crazy, we shouldn't do that, we're going to do that because it's the funniest stuff that brings the fans in. Because at the end of the day, we've got the season ticket holders. They love baseball. They're going to come for the baseball. All right. What we want is the family of four, mom and dad and little, Billy to come out. That maybe they don't really care who's on the field, to be completely honest. But they want to come for the hot dogs, the hamburgers, the t-shirt tosses, the mascot running around, the fun. And that's what we're trying to sell. In our press conference, we said our motto is fans first, fun always. So I don't sell the baseball, I sell the fun on the other side. Because you're going to come and have a social gathering, things like that. And I actually explained earlier is what we're doing right now is we're essentially planning 20 giant parties. Really. Right. We have our baseball operations that handles the on-field stuff. That's the product. That's great. But I'm bringing more exciting things in.
So what are the home nights or home dates going to be? Are they?
So we primarily play Thursdays at 7:30, and then we'll play our main night is Saturdays at 1:05. We do play 2 Sundays, one on Father's Day and one I can't remember, one in June on a Sunday. But the Father's Day one's actually pretty big. We do that in Burlington. It's pretty big. But we have all kinds of promotional nights. So we have Superhero Night coming up on the 18th. We have
Ryan Fleming's attention there.
There you go.
Like, wait, what? Superheroes?
You can dress up. You'd be great.
Oh yeah.
We encourage everybody come dress up. The whole thing. We got Paw Patrol characters coming one day. We got Italian Heritage Night, which we're giving away 1,000 meatballs at the door. Oh yeah.
Amazing.
We have all kinds of things planned, and we're not done yet. So the things that are online now, it's going to expand even more from that. And we're at beer specials and food specials. I know for the home opener, we're doing pulled pork. One of our partners, Mike Hundurka, he owns Enviro Niagara barbecue, so he's going to do up a whole, with his chef, a whole pulled pork menu, that kind of thing. So there's lots going on. It's hard. I can't even fit into this whole show how much stuff we got going on. So.
And it sounds like we are going to need 2, 3, even maybe
something
4 shows to get it all in there. Now, what I'm really loving hearing is so many family-oriented events that you're doing here. Is that a conscious effort on your part? Is that to make sure you're building those fans for tomorrow, or?
Yeah, I mean, I feel for most sports teams, especially in our league, minor league, it's full family. Mm-hmm. The more families you can get out, the better. I mean, we have group packages that we sell right now for families and things like that. We're going to have on Thursday nights a family 4-pack that you can come out for. I think it's around $40 for your full family to come out. You get fed and everything. More details to come. I mean, I want the families out. They have a good time. They tell everybody, other families, they come out. Baseball, you come in, you have a few beers, you feel good, you go home. What we're not trying to sell is coming in and getting rowdy. That's not our thing. We're family friendly. We actually have over on the first base line is a whole grass berm. It's non-alcohol. Can't bring alcohol there. So it's for families to go out there, set up a picnic table, bring their own chairs, bring a blanket, have a nice, lunch, whatever, at 1:05 in the afternoon. Sit in the sun, whatever you want to do. So
a better way to spend a spring or a summer afternoon or evening for sure. Got to backtrack for just a second here. The name Jackfish. Tell us where that came from.
So it was an entry that came in we did a name the team contest. Obviously, a lot of the names that came in were the Pirates. That kick back to the history, but so Jackfish is a nickname for northern pike, and northern pike is aplenty in the Welland River. Something that we wanted to really gear towards was the thought of catering towards the fishing around here, the waterways, things like that. We wanted something that the colors were different, eye-catching. The branding could be something that green pops. Unfortunately, we couldn't use the Pirates name by copyright infringement issues with MLB. We ran into that a few years ago with something else, so we didn't want to go down that route again. But yeah, we're gonna actually do something to honor the past. We're gonna do a throwback night, invite a bunch of the old Pirates back. We're actually working on a deal to do specialty jerseys, Pirates jerseys, that night, and auction them off for charity. So yeah, there's a lot going on. You just got some behind the scene details. I mean, good for you guys. That's pretty good.
All
right.
There you are.
Now everybody else knows.
Right here.
Now everybody else knows. So yeah, we picked that name. And then we had I think it was that one, the Pirates and the Trail Raiders, something like that. So this one came out on top. Close second was the Pirates, obviously. Right. But yeah, the branding turned out really well. The colors are amazing. You've seen our jerseys; they're top notch. We probably have. I think we have the best branding in the league, but that's just.
Now, how has the fan reception been so far?
So it's funny, at our press conference we first unveiled it and showed the logo. I think a lot of people were like, "What's a Jackfish? I don't even know what that is." And so we kind of explained it and things like that. But I think once people saw the logo and the colors and kind of got the idea why we chose that and a nod to Welland and the waterway and stuff like that, I think they came around and started loving it. I think a lot of people wanted the Pirates. I understand that.
Right.
I get it. The history there, but the Pirates, they left. So we don't want to be the team that left. We're not going to leave, and we're going to be here for a real long time.
Well, it's very exciting, and we definitely, Ryan, if you could stick around, do another show with us for next week's edition of Sideline-to-Sideline. We're just scratching the surface here, Ryan.
We're just barely getting to the meat of everything right now. We've made it through the appetizers. It's time to get to the meat.
Yeah, we on the next episode next week we're going to talk about the players and the coaching staff and that side of the business and where the players are coming from, the schedule, all that sort of thing. Very quickly, Ryan, before we do wrap up, tickets, how are they available?
So if you want to buy tickets, the best way to do is wellandjackfish.com, or you can come into our office at 90 Quaker Road at the stadium. We're open 3 days a week. Our hours are online, again, on the website. And cheap, very cheap, $8 tickets.
Awesome.
Right. Before we wrap up, we have a tradition on this show on Sideline-to-Sideline where Ryan Fleming in the past has taken chops from various wrestlers. From a female wrestler from Crossfire Wrestling recently, he took
kicks and punches from an
MMA fighter. Is there anything that we might be able to work out with Ryan at the ballpark one of these days?
You know what? We're trying to train our mascot, Jax, to do the fish chop. So the fish chop.
The fish chop sounds a lot.
Actually, you know what?
You
know what? We'll call it the fin slap. How about that?
The fin slap. I like that.
There you go.
You know what? I'm actually liking that a lot better than any ideas that I thought you might have had for me, like taking BP or something. So, I'm sure you guys will have something fun for me.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll think of something up.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for coming out here.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely so pleased that we've got baseball back in the Niagara region.
Fantastic. And that'll do it for this week's edition of Sideline-to-Sideline on Giant TV Niagara. We'll be back next week. Ryan Harrison, President and CEO of the Welland Jackfish, our guest this week. He'll be back next week. We've got a ton of ground to cover. Thanks for joining us, folks.